Jibril squeezes the Prophet. A voice cuts through the darkness of a cave. It says one word, read. The man inside the cave is alone. He is 40 years old. He has come to this mountain to think. He has never heard a voice like this before. He does not know what is speaking to him. He answers honestly. He cannot read. The Hadith tells us what happens next. It is not a conversation. It is not a gentle suggestion. The angel grabs him and squeezes hard. Muhammad feels like he's being crushed. Then the grip releases. The voice commands again. Read. Muhammad cannot. The angel presses a second time. Harder. The squeeze is so intense that Muhammad can no longer bear it. The angel lets go. A third time the command comes. A third time the angel presses. This time the grip does not just hold him. It locks him in place until the opening words of Surah 96 pour out from his mouth. Read in the name of your Lord who created. The words are not his. They are pressed into him. The weight of this moment is in the physical force. The Quran came to earth through a being so powerful that its grip almost broke the man who received it. Muhammad stumbles down the mountain. His heart is pounding. He does not know if he is a prophet or if he has lost his mind. He wraps himself in his cloak and tells his wife Khadijah, I fear for myself. She covers him. She calms him. She takes him to her cousin Waraka, who knows the old scriptures. Waraka hears the description and says one word, the Namus, the same law-bearing angel who came to Moses, the same being who brought revelation before. This was no dream. This was Jibril. The first revelation to Muhammad did not land softly. He stumbles down the mountain, heart pounding, wrapped in his cloak. The words are pressed into him and will not let go. Gabriel tells Maryam she will have a son. A young woman is alone in an eastern chamber. She has withdrawn from her family for a time of quiet worship. She does not expect anyone to enter. Then a figure appears. He does not walk through a door. He stands before her suddenly, in the form of a perfect man. Maryam is startled. She speaks before he can. She says she seeks protection from the Most Merciful. She feels danger. The being does not threaten her. He tells her he is not an intruder. He is a messenger from her Lord. He has been sent for one purpose, to give her a son. Maryam is confused. No man has touched her. She is not married. She asks how she could possibly bear a child. The angel does not explain the biology. He says it will happen. God creates what he wills. Then the messenger shifts from prophecy to something unexpected. He gives her practical instruction. The Quran preserves it in Surah 19. Shake the trunk of the palm tree toward you. It will drop fresh, ripe dates on you. Eat, drink, cool your eyes. The angel is not just delivering news about the future. He is telling a frightened girl what to do when the birth pains begin. Shake the tree, eat the dates, drink the water. He is giving her a survival plan for the next few hours. This is not just a vision. This is an immediate physical mission. Maryam conceives. The Word becomes a child in her womb. She faces her people later, carrying the infant in her arms. They accuse her of a terrible thing. She points at the baby. The infant Isa speaks from the cradle, defending his mother. The angel's promised son has arrived. Gabriel did not vanish after saying the words. He stayed long enough to tell a girl how to survive the birth. Shake the palm, eat the dates, drink the water. Iblis refuses to prostrate. All the angels are told to bow, not to God directly, to Adam, a figure made from clay. The command is in Surah 7, verse 11. Every angel in that gathering drops to the ground, every single one. Except one, he stands. He does not bend his back, he does not lower his head. The Quran names him Iblis. The scene freezes on that one upright figure. God asks him directly, "What stopped you from bowing when I commanded?" Iblis does not ask forgiveness. He does not show regret. He gives a reason. He says he is better than Adam. He was made from fire. This human was made from mud. That is his argument. A creation of smokeless flame refuses to bow to a creation of clay. Surah 18, verse 50 identifies Iblis not as a failed angel, but as one of the jinn. He was never an angel who fell. He was a jinn standing among angels when the order came. His disobedience was not a celestial malfunction. It was a creature making a choice. He was present. He heard the command. He had the same obligation. He chose himself over the order. God expels him. Get out of here. You are cursed. But Iblis is not finished. He makes a request, not freedom, not a second chance. He asks for time. He wants to remain alive until the day of judgment. He wants to find every human child of Adam and pull them off the path before the final hour arrives. God grants him that request in Surah 7, verses 14 and 15. The Cursed One is given exactly what he asked for, a deadline that stretches across all of human history. He steps away from the gathering knowing his mission. He will wait. He will whisper. He will come from the front, the back, the right, the left, and he will never forget the face of the clay that made him refuse. Angels at Badr, armed and rowing down. The two sides do not match. 300 men with little armor stand across from 1,000 Quraysh warriors. The Quraysh have horses. They have weapons stacked high. The Muslims look across the sandy ground. They see the odds. They do not have the numbers. They raise their hands. The Prophet is with them. They have marched to Badr, a watering station in the desert. Now the enemy is closing. They call out for help from the only source they trust. They beg God to send what they do not have, strength. God answers. The Quran records the exact words in Surah 8, verse 9. God says he will reinforce them with 1,000 angels, rank on rank, not one angel, not a quiet inspiration. 1,000 unseen soldiers arriving in ordered rows, each row falling in behind the next. The image in the Arabic is precise, a cascade of angels, like lines of troops taking position. The Quran does not stop at the arrival. In verse 12, God speaks to the angels directly. Strike above the necks. Strike every fingertip. These are combat instructions. The angels have been sent to engage in the battle. They are not watching from above. They are cutting down the enemy. The Quraysh fall. The outnumbered side pushes forward. The Battle of Badr becomes a decisive victory. The Muslims survive. The Quran ties that survival to the angels on the field. The unseen fighters, armed and descending, cut down the Quraysh and ended the battle. The scribes, Kiraman Katibin, record every deed. Two beings sit on the shoulders of every human alive. One on the right, one on the left. They do not speak, they do not interfere, they write. The Quran names their role in Surah 50, verses 17 and 18. 2 receivers receive. Not a single word leaves a mouth without a watcher ready to record it. The Arabic captures the speed. The scribe is already writing before the sentence finishes. They are called the noble scribes. Surah 82, verses 10 to 12, says they are honorable. They know what every person does. They never miss a deed. The writing never pauses. A person sleeps. The pen still moves. A thought forms in the dark. The record catches it. A whispered word behind a closed door. A hand reaching for something no one sees. The scribes are there. They do not blink. They do not forget. The Quran says they are always present. They never leave their post, day and night, in public, in private. When the person is alone and has forgotten the world is watching, the 2 are still writing. On the day of judgment, the book is produced. Every page is complete. Nothing is added. Nothing is erased. The person sees everything they ever did laid out in front of them. The record is the evidence. The person sees every deed laid out before them, page after page. Want the exact verses and Hadith for any scene? Say sources in the comments. The angel of death takes the soul. A person lies on their bed. The breath slows. The room is quiet. Then something enters that no one else can see. It is not a sickness. It is not a visitor from this world. It is the angel assigned to take the soul. The Quran says in Surah 32, verse 11, that there is one angel put in charge of death. He is not named in that verse. He is described by his task. When the time arrives, he does not wait. He does not negotiate. He takes what he was sent to take. But the experience is not the same for everyone. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, described what happens to a believer and to a disbeliever. The reports are preserved in Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim. They form a clear contrast. To the believer, the angel appears as a gentle visitor. The face is calm. The presence brings peace. The soul is pulled out smoothly, like water flowing from a waterskin. No violence, no fear. The angel tells the soul to come out to forgiveness and to a Lord who is not angry. The soul obeys. It leaves easily. To the disbeliever, the scene is different. The angel arrives in a form that terrifies. The face is dark. The presence is harsh. The soul is torn out. The Hadith says it is like dragging a hot skewer through wet wool. Painful, violent. The angel speaks of wrath and punishment. The soul fights. It does not want to leave, but it cannot stay. The body is left behind. The soul departs. The people in the room see only a still face. They do not see what just happened. But the angel has finished his work. The breath has stopped, and the room holds only a still body. They are unseen, but sometimes they press, speak, fight, and record. And we have scenes that prove it. Munkar and Nakir, the grave interview. The last shovel of earth hits the ground. The footsteps fade. The body lies alone in the dark. But the silence does not last. Something changes inside the grave. The soul returns to the body. The dead person sits up. 2 angels stand in the darkness. Their names are Munkar and Nakir. They have blue-black faces and carry heavy hammers. They ask 3 things. Who is your Lord? What is your religion? Who is your prophet? These are simple questions. A child can answer them. But the dead person is no longer a child. The answers he gives right now decide everything. Sahih Muslim records this interrogation in detail. The believer says clearly, "My Lord is God. My religion is Islam. My prophet is Muhammad. Then the grave changes. The walls pull back. The space becomes wide and full of light. A door opens to paradise. A breeze and a beautiful scent rush in. A voice says, "Sleep like a bridegroom until the day of judgment." The disbeliever stutters. He says, "I do not know. I heard people say something and I repeated it." The grave reacts immediately. The walls squeeze until his ribs snap into each other. A door to the fire opens. The heat rolls in. Snakes and scorpions appear. The torment starts before the trumpet ever sounds. The grave is no longer just a hole in the ground. By the time the angels leave, the grave is either a garden full of light or a pit full of heat. The person inside already lies in that light or feels his ribs close and snakes and scorpions at his feet. If this opened your eyes to something you didn't know about Islam, share it with someone who needs to see this. Like, subscribe if you haven't. See you in the next one.